All right, Jordan here from ironandgrit.com, and this video is for a subscriber, Kurt Cobain, and he wants to know how to even up your traps if they're uneven, obviously. So thank you for the question, Kurt. I really appreciate it. I love answering questions, so here we go. So I have uneven traps. It's a little bit harder to tell, but my right one is a little bit higher from here to here. If you were to compare them, it's a little bit higher, and it's a little bit thicker. If you were to look at me from the side profile, this one is thicker than my left one, and it all rolls into my imbalance with my upper chest and all the musculature in my upper body, including my shoulders, chest muscles. The lats are pretty even for the most part, arm, all that kind of stuff. It's all part of the holistic system, and when one thing gets off, other things get off too. Anyway, if you want to even up your traps, I recommend finding the tight one, whichever one it is, and doing lots of stretching. So one stretch that you can do, and I'm gonna try to do this, I don't have my camera holder or anything, I'm kind of just doing this on the spot. Let's say my right trap, let's say your right trap is the one that's bigger. We wanna stretch out the bigger one, we wanna stretch out the tougher one, the more tense one, and that's usually gonna be the bigger one. So I'm gonna take my arm, I'm gonna put it behind me like that, and then I'm gonna set this down here for a second, so just bear with me. And then what I'm gonna do is my arm is behind me, like so, and then I'm going to just pull my head, tuck the chin down first, and then just kind of pull your head forward like that. And you can see how my right trap is starting to engage. And then hold it for 30 seconds. Anytime you stretch a tight muscle and you have an imbalance, make sure you hold the stretch for at least 30 seconds, because it takes 30 seconds to override your muscle's mechanism that makes it want to contract. So you need to override that mechanism that makes your muscles contract by holding a stretch for at least 30 seconds, and then it's going to override that mechanism, and then eventually it's going to soothe your muscle and it's going to relax. So always do those stretches prior to doing any type of exercise that's going to engage that muscle. So I'd recommend doing that stretch, incorporating it into your workout routine, no matter what you're training that day, because whether it's arms and you're pressing, you're going to incorporate a little bit of your trap as you're doing that anyway. So one more point on the stretch. So put your arm back there again, and the first one, remember, we had the chin tucked down, and that was going to be the stretch. Now lift the chin up like that, and then pull over with the chin up that way, and then also stretch it. And you're going to feel it in a different spot. Here I feel it more on the top, but when my chin was down like this, I felt it more in the back. And these muscles, the trap is a very intricate muscle. It ties in, it has fibers that tie in to your vertebrae down your neck, then it ties into your scapula in different spots. So you just need to kind of play with the different angles and stretch it to what feels best for you. And once you have it stretched out, one thing I would recommend doing, just this is a quick tip for you, I'll do a more elaborate video next time when I have more time, but hopefully this will work for now, is farmer carries. So farmer carries and shrugs are two exercises that you can add into your routine if you want to bring up a lag, if you want to even out your traps. So let's say this one is higher. This is my stronger trap, right? I just exaggerated that. That's not how I really walk around, but let me bring this back. So let's say your left trap is smaller than your right trap. What you would do is you would grab a heavy weight, like a heavy dumbbell or a heavy kettlebell, and you would literally just stand up straight like you were walking. And then, like, imagine this is a dumbbell right here, I'm holding a dumbbell, I would just hold it and I would just go for a walk. And then you're gonna feel it in your traps. You're gonna feel the stretching and the tension in your traps. And you can do what's called a suitcase carry, which is where you just carry a dumbbell or a kettlebell. I don't know why it was so hard to find that word there for a second. It's the end of the day, so give me a little bit of slack. And just carry it in one hand rather than two. So technically, if you had farmer walks, you would have a dumbbell or a kettlebell in each hand as you were walking. But if you want to even out one side, then what I would recommend is just doing a suitcase carry and grabbing a dumbbell or a kettlebell in the hand on the side that has the smaller trap that you want to engage more and bring up to match the other side. So that's something you can do, and just kind of walk around with that like that. Do like 50 steps, 100 steps. And then I would recommend switching to the other side, just because doing something like that can cause a chain reaction and create an imbalance somewhere else. So kind of do your best to hedge your bet, so you don't, fix your trap, but then you get an imbalance like in your lower back or your oblique, for example. And when you do the suitcase carries, you'll know what I'm talking about, because when you do the suitcase carries, obviously if I only have one weight here and there's no weight to counterbalance it on the other side in my other hand, because my other hand is empty, it's going to want to pull you this way. So you have to stay up completely straight like this. You need to use a good posture, keep your chest nice and proud. And what that's going to do, it's going to cause your obliques and your abs and your lower back on the opposite side to contract, so you don't tip over to the side with the weight, okay? So that's one thing you can do, are the farmer carries. The next thing you can do are shrugs. And the best way, I think, to do shrugs are with a weight plate. Because weight plates, because of you're gonna hold it vertically, and when you're holding the weight plate vertically, you can hold the weight closer to your body. And when you do shrugs, you don't want your hands like out here. You want them as close to your body as possible. And then you just wanna bring the weight, you're gonna use your trap to pull your shoulder as close to your ear as possible, and then let the weight pull it down as far as you possibly can and stretch it as far as you can while standing straight up and maintaining good posture. So, I mean, you can use a dumbbell, but it's probably gonna graze your thighs. You can use a kettlebell. I wouldn't use a kettlebell, because when you start to use the heavier kettlebells, it's gonna cause you to, it's gonna run into your leg, and it's gonna cause you to not get as good of a workout, because your arm is gonna be out like this, because the kettlebell, by its sheer size, isn't gonna let you keep your arm close while you're holding on to it. So use a weight plate, and then imagine like this is your weight plate, right? And you're just holding the weight plate down like that, and then you're just shrugging it up, keeping it really close to your side, and shrugging it up just like that. So actually, not just like that, that's too fast. You wanna go like this and hold it there. Try to keep your neck straight. Definitely don't do that, because you could tweak something in your neck, and if you're gonna look like you're gonna have a stiff neck for a week, and you're not gonna be able to turn your neck. You're gonna look like Zoolander and not be able to turn left. So you don't wanna do that. So really keep your neck and spine in perfect alignment. Head neutral, not looking up too much, not looking down. And then you're just going to wanna shrug that weaker side with a little bit of a weight. Pull it straight up, and you're gonna feel it. I can feel it. I'm not even using any weight. I'm using a pillow. Not even, I dropped the pillow. My hand's empty, and just by doing this, I can feel the tension back here. And do that, start incorporating it into your workout routines. Do shrugs on the smaller side, and then do the stretches for the larger side, and you're gonna notice a difference, I think, within a couple of weeks, a couple of months. Check back in with me, let me know how it goes. Work with a trainer too. I feel like I should say that, just for safety reasons. And they can kind of guide you through this process, as you're doing it, to make sure that you're doing proper form. But I really think that the stretching, along with the 2 exercises that I mentioned, the shrugs and the suitcase carries, are gonna help even out those traps. Thank you for the question, Kurt. I really appreciate it. I hope it helps. And keep me posted on your progress, man. Any other questions, guys, let me know. And I'll answer them for you. Don't forget to like if this was helpful, subscribe, and hit that alert button so you are the first one to know when I drop new content. All right, guys, have a great day. Bye for now.